Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys doing? This is good old Reverend Ordo, and this is the Anonymous Republic Network. Oh, man, Kristi Noem has been fired as Secretary of Homeland Security. Trump fired her. I think he fired her just to save his ass, in my opinion. Tim Crenshaw, Dan Crenshaw he lost his seat, and Chip Roy lost his seat as well. And I just want to say this, and I'm going to say it with such meaning here. I knew that this would happen. From what we've all been seeing, I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. I felt this happen. I knew it. I mean, just right off the bat, I knew it. The way that 2025 had launched on the new year, on New Year's Day of 2025, I had this feeling. Um, we're already in 2026. We're in the midterm election. This is going to be a just straight up very catastrophic. I mean, like really, really catastrophic. Chip Roy lost his seat. Dan Crenshaw lost his seat. Who else lost her seat? The loudmouth in Texas, she lost her seat. Al Green lost his seat too. But of course, they're two Democrats. So with the war, well, let's call it as we see it. The invasion of Iran by the United States government and Israel invaded Iran, right? Invaded Iran. Now, here's the thing. Israel wants to create this narrative that, oh, Iran has nuclear weapons, we got to stop them. Time out. Now, we all know that, we all know what Netanyahu wants to do. He wants to attack Iran, but he doesn't want Netanyahu, we all know, wants to attack Iran. Now, we're going after him with our bunker busters because Israel don't want to waste their nukes. Shit. I mean, they bombed Qatar. They went after other countries, in the Middle East. They went after Syria. What? Now they're saying we're going to go after Turkey. Okay. All right. Let's stop. Okay. Let's all stop. Okay. Let's all stop right here. Okay. Let's all stop right here. Israel could do it themselves. But the thing is, if they were to do it, they would have dropped the nuke on Iran, right? They would drop a nuke on Iran, but they don't want to do that, okay? So, why is it that we're being told that Iran has nuclear weapons? Iran's not a threat to us. No, they're not a threat to us at all. They never were. The reason they are is because our own government says so, the media says so, Israel says so. So here's my question. Okay? If Iran doesn't have any nuclear weapons, why attack Iran in the first place? It's nothing more than a repeat of the invasion of Iraq, right? Why is that? Because they want to do a regime change, right? And to control, right? They're already planning a regime change in Venezuela. Okay, they're already planning that all. Period. And now they're wanting to do a regime change. They want to put a U.S. backed puppet in Iran. We all know. I mean, we all know that Iran has been waiting for this shit. And all of a sudden, wow, what happened? You see now? Iran just fired a missile into Israel, right? So I call that retaliation. It's like you throw the first punch. My turn. It's my turn to throw the punch. But I won't miss. I'll hit you square in the chin, and that's what Iran is doing. They're pushing back because here's the thing. I hope Netanyahu has a plan B, a backup plan that if it fails, right? If it fails, what if this invasion of Iran fails, right? Because Iraq, as I said, hey, we're backing Iran. We're gonna back Iran, okay? Iraq is already backing Iran anyway because Iran is being invaded. It's been what 70? What was it? It's been 73 years since U.S. and England invaded Iran to remove President Mossadegh, right? It's a repeat from 1953. All it is just another fucking invasion uh, because it's about the oil. It is. It's about the oil. And who was Trump talking to at the White House? Oil baron cocksuckers, right? Oh yeah, right? Yeah, yeah. Right. And then you have Israel saying the United States must stop pushing the First Amendment because it would expose us for pushing anti-Semitism, which they're using it as a crutch, right? They're using it as we need to have them stop. Just shut the fuck up, dude. Look, this is what it is, man. It's like it's like you have BLM and you have some dumbass guys in Israel saying, we're going to share our playbook with you guys here. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, nonetheless, man. It's all bullshit. Now, the Trump administration is falling apart. Okay, they're all falling apart, right? Netanyahu once again committing a war crime, and who has him by the chain? Trump. Trump's now a war criminal president. Now he's a war criminal president. Donald Trump is a war criminal president. Yes, I'm going there. Yes, I am fucking going there. Donald Trump is the official war crime president now. He's joined George W. Bush. He's joined Obama. Yes, and he also joined Joe Dumbass Biden. Oh, let me rephrase. Joe Braindead Biden. Oh, yeah. Joe Braindead Biden. That's right. It's awfully funny, that a billionaire guy who's president, all he's doing is filling out his bucket list of bullshit, and we all know he's not doing a good job at it anyway. So, I mean, it's one thing after another. I mean, they are falling apart. Chris Nolan got fired. Dan Crenshaw lost his seat. Tim Perot lost his seat. Uh, uh, Al Green lost his seat. Jeffrey Crockett lost her seat. Um, shit. You know, I see this as a big blow up in the face of Netanyahu and Trump because look, invading Iran, dude. I mean, did Congress did Congress approve this thing with Iran? I don't think so. I think that I don't think anybody were told about it. I think it was more behind the door deal thing here, man. Anything Netanyahu says, oh, we gotta follow Israel. Fuck Israel, man. Look, I'll say this. Fuck Israel. Fuck Netanyahu, dude. That's it, man. Israel has sleeper cells in the United States. Look, find these cocksuckers and throw them the fuck out, man. Because it causes more harm than good, man. CIA don't trust Mossad for one thing, right? Nobody trusts Netanyahu, that cocksucker, that half Polish prick. He ain't really Jewish; he's half Polish, man. I mean, most of the Jews, they're fake Jews. They're assholes from Europe pretending to be Jewish. Fake names. You got a few from Ukraine. You got a few from Poland. You got a few from other places in Europe being fake Jews. Israel was created by European white dumbasses, man. Poland, Ukraine, what the fuck, all that bullshit, fake names, man. They're mainly they're mainly Eastern European cocksuckers and shit. I am Ukrainian and I am pretending to be a fake Jew. Yes, you are, asshole. You're being a fake Jew. You are Ukrainian with a fake name, pretending to be a Jew. You're not a Jew. You're Ukrainian. Fake name. Yeah. Israel is nothing more than a false country, created by a bunch of fake ass Jewish European nut jobs and shit, man. What the fuck, dude? I mean, people that live in Israel are like real Jews, man. Real Jews, not these fake ones that have a Ukrainian, Polish, dipshit, Eastern European accent with a fake name. Benjamin Netanyahu. That ain't his real name. His dad's Polish. What did the name Netanyahu come around? We should all call him Baby Shitting right? Baby Shitting is a war criminal, just like Donald Trump, aka orange fat man with no brain, because it stuck up his orange fat ass. I mean, dude, nobody won at war. You know, oh, that dude, I mean, he, what he did to that Marine veteran broke his arm. Now, the thing is, I'm surprised nobody kicked the shit out of Sheehy. Oh, here, let me look at his name here again, here, guys. Okay. House rejects bid to curb Trump's war power on Iran. Okay. Iran warship sunk by the United States was sailing home after taking part in a exhibition hosted by India. Support for abolishing ICE hits a record high. House rejects bid to curb Trump's war powers on Iran. What the fuck, man? Really? Let's see here. Trump says he'll replace DHS Secretary Kristi Noem with Senator Mark Wayne Mullin. Trump says he must be involved in selecting Iran's next leader. No, Donald Trump should stay out of Iran's affairs, man. Right? I mean, he says I must be involved in the leadership selection for Iran. No, fuck you, dude. You're a war criminal now, asshole. Why should you be the one to choose? Okay? If there's going to be a new leader in Iran, it should be done by the people, not Orange Man's fat ass. Are we beginning to see Trump turn into Biden this time? Really? Fuck. Donald Trump told Reuters the United States wants to help choose Iran's next leader and encourage Iranian Kurdish opposition groups to go on the offensive. After committing his killing on February 28th, Iran formed a temporary leadership council including President Mossad Pezeshkian, Pezeshkian, Pezeshkian. While the assembly of experts will select a new supreme leader, U.S. airstrikes continue with the Trump overseeing operations from Mar-a-Lago March 1st. Trump says he wants to be involved in the process of choosing the person who's going to lead Iran into the future. Surely ain't him. Comparing it to Venezuela and rejecting comparing it to Venezuela and rejecting more Tabata Khomeini to avoid another war with 5 years. Iran's military response continues despite strikes that killed over 1,000 civilians, while Iranian Kurdish militias are consulting with the United States, and Trump says the Strait to Hormuz will remain open. Donald Trump says Thursday he must have a say in Iran. You know what, Donald Trump? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, man. Ain't gonna happen, dude. He says Thursday he says he must have a say in Iran's nukes later, contradicting the U.S. administration officials who denied regime change's goals, was signaling deeper involvement as the U.S.-led campaign continues. Donald Trump is a war criminal. Okay? Like Netanyahu, Donald Trump is a fucking war criminal now, man. What the fuck? Donald Trump thinks he has look. Donald Trump thinks he has a say. He has a say in anything. Everything, whatever. Again, U.S. administration officials who deny regime changes goals and signaling deeper involvement as U.S. Look, every fucking time when there is an invasion, a U.S. president has to be say, well, like for example, Obama said that he doesn't accept the results. If I remember the 2012 secession by Crimea, the people of Crimea left Ukraine on a vote that was unanimous, and then became part of the Russian Federation. Then 2012, Obama says we don't see that vote legit. Obama, nobody gives a fuck of what you see and don't see. No U.S. president has a fucking say so on anything globally. If a country wants to have their own leader democratically, no other leader from the United States or Israel or the UK has a fucking say so. Okay? Let the people choose. Okay? Donald Trump, fat ass, stay the fuck out of it, man. Donald Trump has no fucking say in this shit. Fuck him and his family. This is sort of like this is fucking straight up crap, man. Donald Trump on March 5th rejected the possibility of Khomeini's son, Mojtaba Khomeini, replaces his slain father as supreme leader. Dismisses the young man as a lightweight. Well, fuck you, Donald Trump, you dumbass cocksucker. He says that he have Thursday, that he have a say in picking Iran's next. No, fuck that, dude, fuck that, no. Watch, if it happens, it'll be another Israeli dumb shit leading Iran. It'll be a second country that'll be led by a Mossad cocksucker. I have to be involved in the appointment like the drawing comparisons to Venezuela when interim president Delcy Rodriguez has cooperated with him under threat of violence after the United States captured. Oh, okay. Look at this. Donald Trump told Axios in an interview, drawing in comparison to Venezuela, where interim president Delcy Rodriguez has cooperated with him under threat of violence after the United States captured President Maduro. So he has this woman on a leash. Donald Trump has this woman, Delcy Rodriguez, on a leash. And interim president Delcy Rodriguez has cooperated with Trump under threat of violence after the United States captured Maduro. So Delcy Rodriguez, who's the interim president of Venezuela, is on a leash by Donald Trump. So Donald Trump has this interim president of Venezuela on a leash. What the fuck? Khamenei's son is unacceptable to me. He wants someone that'll bring harmony and peace. There's been harmony and peace in Iran before your fucking orange fat ass came around, man. What the fuck? Mr. Trump said, quoting, saying, threatening more war in the future is better alternative was not found. Maybe that orange man fat ass is Netanyahu's bitch, right? Donald Trump is Benjamin. Donald Trump is the bitch to Benjamin Netanyahu. Yeah, Trump is baby's bitch. Earlier Thursday, March 5th, Israeli issued a unprecedented evacuation warning for the entire of Beirut's southern suburbs in a stronghold of Iran-backed Hezbollah, sent residents fleeing into panic from a. Maybe it's because Israel has done some serious crap and killed a lot of people. You know, all this crap is fucking dumb, dude. You know, sending residents fleeing into panic from the district of hundreds of thousands of people. That warning following the flash wave of Israeli attacks on Iran, which again lashed out in Gulf nations. Iran just fired back and hit Israel back. So if Israel started this shit, look, Iran was doing fine. Okay, there was no weapons, nothing at all. All it is that Israel needed the United States to convert to a regime change. Fuck Netanyahu, fuck Trump, fuck Israel. The war has drawn a global power, snarling shipping and railing energy markets. It's been felt as far away as Sri Lanka coast, where U.S. submarine torpedoed an Iranian warship, and Azerbaijan, which threatens which threatened retaliation after a drone hit on airport. U.S. says 2,000 targets hit as Iran targets across the Gulf. Iran claimed control of the key waterway for energy transit. Look, guys, look. Let's be outright honest, man. Nobody wants this war to happen. He says we're gonna there'll be no wars. Okay, the civil war in Yemen, right? The civil war in Yemen. The war between Ukraine and Russia never ended. The war with Israel and Hamas never ended because Israel backed off of the ceasefire, right? Here's the thing. What if Hamas decides, say, look, since Israel's busy bombing Iran, right? How about we just kind of flank these assholes, man? Right? Flank them. You know, because the thing is, Israel has done this for 30 years, man. 30 fucking years, dude. You know, Iran, they were fine. They had no weapons. You know, Israel has about 500 nuclear weapons, right? But they don't want to waste it on Iran. They want the United States to do their dirty work, man. Right? A lot of veterans see this as a war that should never happen because Congress didn't approve it, right? So why are we helping Israel, man? Why are we fighting for Israel when we're all Americans, man? I say fuck Israel, fuck Netanyahu. The president of Israel got fucking verbally bitch slapped by the president of Pakistan. What the fuck, dude? Really? Really? I mean, look, the president of Israel needs to wake the fuck up, man. Because look, even he, as president of Israel, he's also a war criminal himself. He's a war criminal. Most of Israel, Mossad, are war criminals, right? What would happen? What would happen if 4 Gulf countries went to Israel and just bombarded, man? Just bombarded, dude. I mean, really? Lindsey Graham says next target we need to go after Cuba. Having the 60-year embargo. I mean, has the 60 what was what was a year? Hasn't the 68-year embargo? I mean, has it been lifted? No. The embargo has been there since '59. I mean, Fidel Castro's gone. He's dead. His brother's dead, right? So how come the embargo is still? I mean, all they're doing is making Cuba more poor every fucking year, right? Every car you see in Cuba is every car in Cuba is like 60 some odd years behind. They're mainly cars from the 50s and 60s, man, shit. It's really truly bullshit that there's still an embargo on Cuba, right? How come the embargo on Cuba hasn't been removed? It's been 68 years? 68 years? Right? 68 years? Have it been removed? Right? Remove it. Shit, man, sure. Let's see here. Let's see here. Iran is confident it could counter the U.S. ground invasion, foreign minister says. U.S. suspending operations at embassy in Kuwait. Trump tells Reuters he did not sign off on ad campaign featuring Homeland Security Secretary. House rejects bid to curb Trump's war powers on Iran. Why? Trump offers U.S. backing, including air cover to Iranian Kurdish groups if they go on the offensive. Look, here's what's happening. Okay, he says this: U.S. offers back, including air cover to Iranian Kurdish groups if they go on the offensive. You know damn well that they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Like fuck. This from the Washington Post from the far left, right? From the far left. Trump offers U.S. backing, including air cover to Iranian Kurdish groups if they're going if they're going on the offensive. Look, Trump's stupid, man. He's fucking dumb right now. Look, if he says this shit, right, you all know that the Kurdish ain't going to be on the offensive. If they are, they'll be on the ground facing the United States, right? They're not going to like against their own. That's that is fucking asinine, idiotic shit, man. 24 U.S. states announced lawsuit to stop Trump's latest global tariffs. Let's see here. Trump modified lawsuit over approval of BitDance stock U.S. asset sale. Brady Bunch House in Los Angeles is now a historical culture site. Florida revives a long dormant probe into Raul Castro's over 96 shoot down of Exile Group's plane. Analysis says U.S. moves on Iran, Venezuela target. Analysis say U.S. moves on Iran, Venezuela target China's oil supply. Trump rates U.S. war effort against Iran at 59 out of 10. Bullshit. Let's see here. Let's see here. ICE plan to close Camp East, Montana, nation's largest detention center port. Lawsuit claims Google Gemini encouraged man suicide. Um, Satellite images reportedly confirm Iran damaged $1.1 billion U.S. radar in Qatar. U.S. Interior Secretary meets with Rodriguez, mining companies in Venezuela visit. This is insane, dude. Yeah. Um, list last two names of U.S. soldiers who died in Kuwait attack identified by the Pentagon. This is insane, dude. Um, Judge rules companies are entitled to refunds for Trump tariffs overturned by the Supreme Court. U.S. Senate fails to pass war powers resolution to limit Trump's use of military force in Iran. Yeah, that's not going to happen, dude. Look, here's the thing. Iran didn't start fighting back until the U.S. and Israel invaded Iran, right? Um, this is just absolute. This is absolute bullshit, man. Bullshit. Um, I mean, it is absolute bullshit. It is. It's bullshit, you know. And they are falling apart. The Trump administration is falling apart. Okay, they are. They're absolutely falling apart. You know, and they are. They're falling apart. You know, this war with Iran, the invasion of Iran is a distraction of the Epstein files, man. Complete distraction from it. You know, and also a distraction for the. I mean, look, they're trying to make this fake war with Iran as a distraction of the Epstein files and the attempted takeover of Greenland, which you know, I mean, so many questions on how come nobody's talking about Greenland anymore because it's being pushed down to be forgotten, right? Same as the Epstein files. They're trying to push that down so nobody will remember, which technically nobody's going to forget about the Epstein files. It ain't gonna be forgotten, right? I mean, shit. Look, the only way it'll be forgotten if breaking news. Ghislaine Maxwell is considered now dead, and authorities say it was suicide. Wow. I mean, they said that about Epstein. Epstein off himself. Okay, but how? If you look at his cell, there's nothing to hang on to off himself with. Like, did he shred a bed sheet to take himself out? But I have a feeling that Ghislaine Maxwell might be next on the Clinton crime family's next list on their list. How many people within the last 56 years of the Clinton crime family that people have died mysteriously, right? As Arkansas Attorney General, Arkansas Governor, President of the United States, right? How many people have died on their watch, right? And then, well, what was it? Seth Rich, the IT guy, he was shot 4 times in a botched robbery. Went wrong, but he was alive enough to be put in the ambulance, and then all of a sudden he was taken out by a doctor that was good friends with Bill Clinton. Then the lawyer for us Julian Assange, he was found dead. And then a member of the Rothschild family, he was killed. You know, but the thing is, I'm surprised Hillary and Bill didn't get a warning from that family, because if you fuck with a member of that family, you are on their next target, because you fuck with a member of the Rothschild family, dude. And when you do that, and when you do that, I don't care if your name is Bill or Hillary, your name is on their hit list, man. And they will take your ass out and not leave a mark, and not leave any trails, you know. You know, shit, man. You know. But shit, man. I mean, all of a sudden, it's like they're tying off loose ends for some scandal, like Obama. Like, was it 8 people died, including a woman who helped create his fake ass birth certificate, man. That drowned in a plane crash. Everybody's alive but her. You know, shit. Um, so, I mean, look, I know that the FC files are like really right now. It's people are going nuts, and they're scared right now because that file shit. Um, what's insane is that Donald Trump saying, well, if any member of the NATO, if any country that's a member of NATO comes to Greenland's aid, they'll be hit with a huge tariff. Hit with a huge tariff. Okay, I get that Teddy Roosevelt used it, but he didn't use it very much. Trump has put tariffs on every country around the globe, including Japan. Including Japan, right? Japan. Like, really? You hit Japan with a 25% tariff? Wow. I bet he hit Norway and Switzerland with the tariffs, right? He hit one of the countries with what, 39% tariff? It's kind of nuts to see. Oh, I'm surprised the whole entire globe doesn't hit the United States with 500% tariffs and shit. That'll be pretty fucked up, man, because Orange Man's fat ass is too stupid to realize that, hey, you think a tariff or some kind of, was it, I mean, Iran got by with the, was it that, what was it, trying to think here, what they were hit with, and they got around that easy, man. They got around that. But Donald Trump has really gone out of control, man. See, the reason that some assholes passed a legislation where you're not allowed to criticize Israel, I'll tell you why. Because Mossad got dirt on a few of these assholes. They say, hey, look, you criticize us anymore, or going to release some shit that's in your closet. And then some. We're going to drop the Pandora's nuke on your ass to expose your dark secret of what you've done to little children, assholes. That's why they have Do Not Criticize Israel Act. When I say fuck Netanyahu, fuck Israel, okay? Fuck them. Israel is a terrorist organization anyway. You have a billionaire Israel guy wants the United States to stop pushing the First Amendment because they don't want anti-Semitism. A Shlomo cocksucker? Hey, we have freedom of speech, which you don't fucking have. And if I want to criticize your ass, I'm going to criticize your ass. If I want to say fuck you and fuck Netanyahu and fuck Israel, I want to say that. So fuck you, fuck Israel, and fuck Netanyahu. Okay, simple as that. And also fuck Donald Trump. Okay, he's a war criminal like Netanyahu and like the founder of Hamas. They're all war criminals, you know. Maduro, a criminal. Okay, criminal. But the interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, has a leash on her because Donald Trump says if you don't cooperate, we're going to commit violence on your ass. So Trump put the leash on Delcy Rodriguez, who's the interim president of Venezuela. Like what? Like Donald Trump is now a war criminal now. Shit. Orange Man Fat Ass is now a war criminal now. Holy shit. What the fuck? Donald Trump is now a war criminal. He's a co-conspirator in a war invasion of Iran. I'll be honest. I'm going to laugh my ass off, and I know that this video might get removed, but I will laugh my ass off. But not a haha sense, more of a "I told you so" kind of laugh, haha thing, you know. But not haha, because there's some issues with Israel Parliament. Okay, one of them says he's a serial killer of peace. Yeah, he said to his face, he said, dude, you are a serial killer of peace. I mean, you know damn well that NATO and the United Nations, they don't like this guy. And at the UN, he threatened every country, even China. Like he says, global badass. No, he's a global fuck up. Yes, Netanyahu is a Israeli equivalent to Adolf Hitler. Okay, he's half Polish, half Jewish. His dad's Polish, like Hitler's dad's Austrian. His mom's Jewish. You know, so we have a Hitler incarnate named Benjamin Netanyahu. Yeah. He's a Israeli equivalent to Adolf Hitler. So I mean, we all know. Okay, we all know that every country does not like Netanyahu. They want to see this guy arrested, charged, tried, convicted, and fucking executed for crime against humanity. I know it's harsh. Hey, I know it's harsh, man. I do. But the thing is, Netanyahu has been a war criminal for the last 30 years, man. If y'all remember the former prime minister of Israel back in '95 when he signed a peace treaty with Arafat, right? The head of the PLO, right? After that peace treaty, right? 2 years later, Netanyahu was involved in his assassination. Yeah. 2 years later, Netanyahu was involved in his assassination. And I tell you what, it's getting really stupid. And Netanyahu is so arrogant that he's not realizing that at any moment, at any time, there's going to be somebody with the IDF, with Mossad, is going to be pushed to the brink mentally, like to the point where, boom, they're going to say, fuck it, you got to remove them. And don't tell me that won't happen. Because somewhere in history, a world leader has pushed somebody way too far to the point that, hey, got to remove them. And for example, Nicolae Ceausescu and his wife. Check it out. Look him up. Nicolae Ceausescu. Okay. 20 years dictator, communist dictator. Looked up to Stalin. Okay. This guy looked up to Stalin like he's the guy. Okay. So right around 88, 89, there was a revolution, uprising in Romania. Okay. Ceausescu and his wife were tried, convicted, and set for execution. And both were basically gunned down. You know, there was a uncensored footage of them getting executed. You know, and the thing is, again, when you push people to the very brink, and they're going to think about their morale of themselves, right? So Netanyahu needs to watch out and be careful because the thing is, there's going to be somebody that's going to realize this has gone far enough. Okay. And they're going to end up taking him out because world leaders throughout the decades has that happened. That it happened. It's happened. So we all got to realize is that look, the Trump administration, they are falling apart. They are fucking falling apart, man. That's true. They're falling apart. And Trump, yes, he's a war criminal now because he's doing the bidding for Netanyahu. If Donald Trump was a smart guy like he says he is, he would stop and have a have someone create a task force to basically nick Netanyahu's up his ass, man. Take him out because look, the American people don't want this war, man. They don't want it. They've had enough with the Gulf War, then the war in Iran, the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. They're tired of it, man. They're tired of war because look, yeah, I get it. War's a racket. War the profit thing, man. Look, I don't care. You're choosing people's lives. You're choosing power and oil over people's lives, man. They want to replace the reason that Trump don't want the son of Khomeini as a new leader is that he wants to put in another Mossad agent at the head of the realm of Iran. I'm sorry. The Iranian government's going to know that guy ain't really Iranian. He's Israeli. And they'll end up pretty much killing the guy. You know. So guys, dude, look, you gotta think. Okay, you gotta think, man. You gotta think here, you know. And the thing is, it's not good. The reason that Donald Trump wants to help our Israel is that the real reason why Trump wants to help Netanyahu with his fake war with Iran is because Donald Trump is Netanyahu's bitch. Okay, they're both criminal bitches, man. You know, I don't want this war. Why? The United States is now considered the biggest bully along with Israel, man. They're both bullies on the global playground, man. You know, look, Netanyahu needs to stop threatening because the more he threats, look, enough of the threat, man. Because this guy should realize the more threats he put on other countries, they're going to end up sending their own to take him out. You know, and he has to be careful. You know, it ain't good because I mean Netanyahu has threatened too many countries, including China. I'm sorry, between Israel and China, China's military is bigger. Okay, they're bigger. Okay, it's like it's like it's like Jar Jar Binks trying to fight the Hulk. I'm sorry, Hulk's going to rage and squash Jar Jar Binks, man. Okay. So, I mean, dude, come on, man. All right, folks. My name is Revan Ordo, spelled REVANORDO, and this has been the Anonymous Men and White Republic Network. All right. If you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, comment below, share, and the bell for notification. Always live happy, healthy, and wise. Love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed. Buddha bless.